Okay, so here we have to look at how we organize our database before we proceed. So with that, let's open our data. Let's create our database and have everything in place. So we'll come here, the local host. We'll be using PHP MySQL. Localhost PHP. Localhost PHP. Oh, localhost. Yeah. Oh my God. I can't see. Localhost. PHP my admin. Okay, so we decided that what was the name of our database again? Okay, here our user is root and our password is nothing. So you said what's our database? Okay, so that okay, estate.db, right? So we come here, you should be able to write some SQL statements, right? So we come say create database. I'll drop it there. estate.db. Go. Cool, it tells us that's created it in what 0.00. We're supposed to create our tables. I don't think we create tables in that same way. estate.db, there it is. Okay, so when we've created that, okay. So in estate.db here, we said we need two tables. User table. On our user table, 4 fields. Do we need 4 fields? Anyhow, we'll see if we need just 4 fields. 4 fields, we need what? User ID to know who is posting whatsoever. We need user name. We need his name. We need user word. Contact. And what? User word. What's the last one? User. We need the password. What else? Password, we can just maybe the password to be text. You write anything. I highly advise never to do this. Remember, this is a project will never leave. This is a project will never leave your machine. So you can just limit it to 100 characters. So contact should be in integers. The person's name should be in variable character. We can leave it to 25 characters. User ID should always be auto incremented. So we come here and we click. And we permit it to be a primary key at the same time. Cool. So, where is my save? Okay, save. But I think we're missing out one thing. The estate info should come from here, so on that status. So simply rapidly come here and add one more field. We add it after password. We add it after contact. After contact, we add user info. Remember, this user info is not the user's information, but the information about the real estate. Right? Oh, do we create another thing for estate? For such a simple project, I think we'll go one database. Sorry, one database, one table. Why? Because we agreed that this on the profile page of the user being the person who is loading the estate, he just writes the new estate there. He writes the information there, and then that's what's going to be available. But if your project is going bigger, that is, you want your real estate agents to be able to post as many estates as possible. The use case becomes different. There you need another table where you can start linking. Are we together? Yeah, for now, based on the functionalities we agreed upon, there's no need to create another table. Because we don't have a user. Anyhow, let's just create it for creating sake. Let's create it and we'll use it, though this no longer fits in with what we agreed upon at the start. Estate table. We're going to have now estate. But this is a base case scenario. But based on what we agreed upon, estate ID. So every estate is going to have an ID. We're going to use the contact of the user. Let's just come back here. Where's our array? This was our simple database here. Every estate needs an ID which we've created. It needs an image. So we'll come here, estate image, which should be variable character. Can do 100. Estate image, estate info, the information for that estate. and here we leave it as text. Contact is going to the person who submitted contact. Then here we did estate author. Whose estate is it? Because from what you're doing here, you have one estate table, you have so many estates inside. You now have to know this estate belongs to who, this estate belongs to who, right? Great. Does that make sense? If you are looking at me. Anyway, we come again here. You need to be auto incremented. Cool. Now we ask ourselves some real questions. Well, these are all we need all this information, so there's nothing making anyone know. Yeah, we keep it as such and then we save it. So our database having two tables. Great. The table of interest for us right now is this user table. We're trying to create a new user, right? So right now we have no new users. Now we come to SQL here because we are a little bit lazy and we don't know how to write some SQL statements. Once we add a new user, to add, we click on insert. So it gives us a statement which we'll copy and take to our controller. So our controller here, we tell you that our SQL is going to be equal to this. Okay. So insert into blah 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 blah. It's not even going to work here. But all we want to do is we want to see if it's well formatted. So you'll say SQL. What's the SQL statement looks like? So let's see. So let's come back to how we inserted data. So we had a username here. So we come to get. So we can come here and say username is equal to get username. So I've created a variable called username that's carrying the value of the username, and let's see how it works. We don't need to add this user ID. We said it should auto increment itself, so it will always be there for us. So we'll come out to our values here. Our first value here is going to be username. After username, what do we have? Number? What's our users table? Our users table is telling us we have username, contact, password. Okay, username, contact. So let's try to implement our contact. Contact here is number. Remember, these are values that are from the form. We're calling them differently here. Contact, and then password PWD. Equals PWD. And I'll come here, we just have to call it PWD. So that's just all we needed. Now let's see if it's formatted properly. That's our objective for this. So on refresh. Cool, we look at this. Oh, there's a problem. There's a big problem. Our problem here is this is supposed to be a string, right? Right now it's not a string. This is supposed to be a string. So this was the name, this was the number, blah blah blah, and this was the password. So we have to permit it to be a string. Because see, if we come to our PHP MySQL here, it's showing this error because it says these characters there are not supposed to be like that. See, if I came here and made let me take this out by the way. Come on, take it out here too. We don't need the IDs, right? As we just said. So if I come here and I say AAA, those errors will start reducing. Password is what? No, contact number or something like this, and then password 2 or something like this. That error is going to go away. It's going away because we are now having the right data types. But now we need to make our form data equally look like that. We need this to be a string. This other ones could be numbers, no problem. So how do we do that? We come here and we think twice. Okay, one nice trick is to do is we come here, change